Hey everybody, welcome back. Today, as you can see, I'm doing a bottle again because with the fairs and stuff we have over the next few weeks, we need extra of these for sale. For sale, to sell. My mouth no work so good. So, anyway, so we want a few extra bottles to sell. So today I'm doing another bottle, and because of the length of time it took for my other bottles to actually dry when I did them, I actually got started, and as you can see, I already put down the undercoat, the undercolors. And in this case, which most of the time I use, I did mixed yellow and orange down below together, sprayed them at the same time, and then put a reddish tint on top of it. Now I was waiting for that to dry, and that's when I started this. And then I'm going to coat that with some black so we can get the trunk of our tree. And there we go, there's the black down. And while it's still wet, we carve in our tree. And actually I'm going to use the metal one today because that plastic one leaves some pretty thick lines. We want some thinner ones to start with, so I'm actually going to do something a little different today. I'm going to make a curved trunk, or at least that's going to be the attempt, is a curved trunk tree. So we start up here, we bring her down in a curve, and then bring her down this way. And I'm actually going to do a twined tree trunk, or twisted together. So start here, start opening it up a little bit, bring it down to mix in. And then if you're not happy with the size of your tree trunk, well, you might want to talk to a doctor about that. No, I'm joking. Just go over it again until you get it the way you want it. And if it doesn't work out right the first time, you can always go back over it with black and redo it. That's the good thing about painting, is if it messes up, you can cover it up and start over. Alright, so here's this. We got two trunks. Now we add in our branches for it. I'll put one here. I'll put one out over here. And that will branch off there. And then we'll put one here. You know, it's almost like I like to hear myself talking. If you haven't noticed. Only when I get very focused on something do I usually shut up. But that's part of the fun, is I'm actually describing what I'm doing as I'm going along, so you can hear kind of my thought process on it, as well as me describing what I'm doing, so you can kind of get some ideas on what to do and what not to do. So let's draw in a few more branches. And we'll put this one down here. And if you ever go look at the branches on a tree, they're not straight. There's usually a curve, a twist, something somewhere in it. So, and this one I'm actually going to make just slightly bigger, because this is closer to the bottom of the tree, so I'll make that one a little bit bigger branch. And then we got to bring out some roots at the bottom. There, alright. Bring you down a little bit more. Okay. And then I think one more right here. I don't know about you guys, but my obsession, my CDO, which is OCD spelled properly, tells me that I have to have symmetry. So there we go with the symmetry. Now we gotta leave that dry for a minute or two. And while we're doing that, to make the leaves, I'm going to use Gloss Icy Grape, some of that Satin Pimento, and Gloss Sunbeam, the yellow. And that will give me a reddish purple colored leaf, almost like a cherry blossom tree. But we just have to let this dry for a minute before we can do that. And it's 8:30 in the morning, and it went from like 70 degrees to 80 degrees in less than half an hour. So it's starting to get pretty warm out here. I'm starting to sweat. And it's only 8:30. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 9:30 now. God, didn't even look at the time. Anyway, it's morning time. How's that? Close enough? Good. Good, 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 good. All right. Now let's get our colors down. Get in there, yellow. And I'm using just some stock cardboard. It doesn't have a glossy side. It's not poster board. It's just a piece of extra cardboard. I picked up 100 sheets for like $4 at Walmart. I use it for extra stuff like when I'm trying to mix paints to see what colors come out. I use that to dab on. I use it for mixing my colors. I use it when I do clouds and stuff, so I can rip my stencil into it, and I just use that for that. Also can use it for doing my stencils of deer, wolves, whatever I'm going to be using for that. Yeah, that comes out a pretty nice color there. Alright. Now, we're getting farther down, so we hold off on that yellow as much. Don't put quite as much in there. I mean, you still want just a little bit because it does lighten up the red and purple, but you don't want a lot of it like that, because you don't want it overwhelming the other colors. And the highlight ones, you really want more on the outsides edges and not in the middle. So, alright, I guess I better put some more color down because it's actually lifting up my black. My black was not completely dry. So instead of putting some color down on top of it, I actually started pulling color off of it. And you don't ever really want to do that. Alright, let's see if we can get some in there and fix it. Light there, a little bit of light colors up there, maybe a little over here. See if we can get that to look more like leaves and less like a blob. Alright, that's got to dry some, and there's a couple of places where my paint got really blotchy. The black wasn't completely dry, so I pulled some of the black up, causing a huge orange gap in the middle of my tree. So tried to cover it with leaves. We'll let that dry and see how it looks. Right now I'm just taking a clean piece of my paintbrush, quote unquote, and trying to give it a little bit of texture to make it look more like leaves and less like blobs of paint. So there's that one. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, I did manage to fix a good chunk of it, and sorry about that. The sun's coming up over the roof of the house, so it's casting a pretty good shadow here from where I normally set my tripod. But there's that. I hope you can see it okay. Doesn't look too bad. And it will now join with my others, and I will take them down there and see how they go. See if people like them or if they didn't care for those or not. A couple of them look really, really good. A couple of them look okay. But, I mean, not horrible, but just okay, in my opinion. Of course, it's the opinion of the customer that counts, right? Anyway, till next time, I will dig these out and see if I can give you a pretty good shot of them. Yeah. Alright, and of course you can see my shadow because I'm over here. Yay! Big bird flapping. Let me get out of the way. There you go. And there's the bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope you liked it. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like my content, I mean, if you want to subscribe, great. If you don't, that's your choice, but it helps me. So like, share, subscribe. Let's see if we can get my page to grow. And thanks for watching. For those who have subscribed, thank you. For those of you who haven't, think about it. Talk to you later.